chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Hey folks, this is the third week of March, 2021, Tuesday, and it's the last week of winter. And all those glories are coming toward us. The forsythia, the buds on the leaves, on the trees, the snowdrops, the crocus, and there's only God. That's all there is. There's only God, and God is good, and we are one with God. And we didn't get a chance to do your log yesterday, Monday, because Marie came at 9 o'clock, right on the dot, to try out for the job. The job that is light housework, light cooking, and light office work. And she's from Argentina, although she's been up here a long time, and by the front door she was careful to specify. And they own Lincoln Continentals, and they took people on wedding rides, getting married, and tuxedos. And she doesn't want the job. She says, I'm 81 and a half years old. And I just sympathize with her. I think that's terribly old. I don't know how she ever made it. And I'm 92 and a half years old. And then she lives so far away, she said, East Greenbush, almost to Rensselaer. Oh, dear, dear. And Patricia, Pittsfield, comes 40 minutes to go to work. But she's a sweet person. And I said, I'll pay you for coming over. No, I don't want to be paid. And she took care of Helen, my dear Helen, for a year and a half or more. She was an aide through Medicaid. She says, I'm sure I'll find something else. She didn't say she was sure Glendora would find somebody else, but I think we will. And so it was a very pleasant interlude, and she left around 9:30 or so. And Glendora didn't have a time to do your soul to soul before the Pittsfield Patricia came. And as I say, that's about 40 minutes over the Berkshires, over mountain, Lebanon Mountain. And Wayne spent all day long trying to get an appointment for a shot in his arm for the bug. And Madeline got a shot in her arm, 2 shots all in one, Johnson & Johnson. And a big bunch is on her arm, and all the way around the bunch it's very, very sore. And Patricia's got a scratchy throat, and so she went and got a test and quarantined herself. David came. David Goodman from the Northeast Association for the Blind, and he bought Glennie these glasses. And you know something? it is true that with these glasses, Glennie can see a little bit better. These dark glasses. I'll have to show them to you later, I guess. And then he bought a watch that will tell you the time out loud. And that's very good. How long does that last? Oh, the battery would last about a year. My goodness. And did he bring you more presents? Yes, he bought another telephone. And if I get a splitter that will split 3 ways, then I can plug the telephone in 3 ways, and then we will have 13 auto dials on his new telephone and 10 on Glennie's, and that'll be 23, and that will be quite versatile. And I want to give our darling Jane an accolade to her boss. And he wanted me to give it to her supervisor, but I wanted to give it to the chief executive officer of the whole shebang. See if we can get her a raise. And Muriel Miller from the Center for Independent Living in Hudson Valley is going to bring Glennie 7 or 8 Whoppers, vegan Whoppers from Burger King. And Glennie will pass those out to people. And Muriel wants only 1. But I think that I can keep them. I think I can freeze them and heat them up. If we don't, that'll be a lot of Whoppers for the animals out behind the garage. Okay. And on the 26th, a week from this Friday, Glennie has an appointment with a cataract doctor to see if the cataracts removed will improve the vision. You remember back when I started this thing about the vision failing, and I would tell you that I would make a little pinhole, and when I got that pinhole very, very small, I could see the vision was clear. It wasn't fuzzy, it was clear. And I began to hypothesize that as the age advanced, the pupil lost its grip, and it got less and less, and so that it couldn't close entirely, or it couldn't close enough, and that it was always open enough, and that let in too much light. You know, when light glares into your eye, all of a sudden you can't see, right? So the losing of the grip caused the too much light to come in, and then that made it impossible for Glennie to see. It was too much of a glare. What do you think about that? Pittsfield Patricia did the laundry, and she swept and scrubbed she swabbed the deck is what she did. This is a ship after all, right? This is a ship. She swabbed the deck. There's a mix-up about the rugs in the hall. There's about 10 rugs in the hall, and I want those all shaken, or shook. Shake, shook, shake. shaken. And the outside hall swept and washed with Clorox, and all nice and clean, and the rugs left out onto the concrete walls so that it'll rain on them and they'll get soaking wet, and leave them out there until they get nice and dry. Then we'll have the outside hall clear. We have to call the owners today to tell them that there is a hole in the bathroom sink. The bathroom sink is made of glass, apparently, and a water glass hit it and put a hole in it. Okie dokie. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day, so let us be saints today. And some of the worst snowstorms that we have ever experienced have been on St. Patrick's Day. 5-6 inches. Very dangerous driving. And Glendora is happy to report that dear Victoria has finished editing the 9 new commercials for veganism to help the animals. And Christine at Channel 6, Broadcast TV, reports that they are in a Dropbox. So Glennie will call up today and see if we have clearance. And Adela, pretty name, from Argentina, did spectacular cleaning. Washed the outside hall, swept it first and washed it, and it's indeterminate as to what happened to the 10 rugs that were there. But what we must do with those 10 rugs is roll them up and take them to the museum and put them down in the museum. The more rugs on the floor, the better. The Glendora Franklin Museum for the preservation of the pro se public access newspaper record. Wayne still wants his shot to get it over with, so he won't get the virus. Glendora and Wayne are up to page 40 already in the Christian healer biography of Mary Baker Eddy. Yesterday the topic was her New England Congregational Church upbringing, her Puritan upbringing, which is the same that Glennie had. The Orthodox Protestant Church, Congregational Church in New England. It figures so heavily into her Christian Science religion that she founded. I think that all of the healing that goes with Christian Science can be done without a religious background. It can't be done without a God background and a universe, but I think it can be done without a church background and without a Bible background. I'll say again that I'm sorry that they missed veganism. They should have seen veganism. They should see it now. Because I don't think there's any peace unless you are vegan. Champion cleaner, Adela, scrubbed for an hour the area between this sanctuary all the way up through to the electronics bench, up to the electronics bench wall. Big one. She also cleaned the bathroom. Oh, and it was big triumph. Have you done this yet? Spring cleaning. Drawer number 9. Pictures of .com cat, think folder 1, think folder 2, think folder 3. The yellow dog folder, which is the next step for an article from this hard workbench, goes to the museum to be filed into the museum. That's the yellow dog folder. And then all of the postage and return addresses to send out the DVDs, the TV shows, of which there have been 13,000, well, close enough, 13,000, close to 300, 30, 60, maybe 13,200. And 73,120 telephone calls since 2003. So that's something, the spring cleaning. And that would be all the drawers on this hard workbench, besides number 8, which we will do today. A social worker is supposed to call today and set up a helper, which is what Adela is, an aide, and that's supposed to be at 10 o'clock. And the first social worker has lasted 2-3 days, and now a new one is coming aboard. Adela's mother-in-law, Marie, did not want the job. She wants a different kind of a job. And Adela is superb at the cleaning, but where are we going to get somebody to run the cell phone and to run the laptop and to do the writing and to do the reading? Well, the universe will figure that all out. Who is the universe? The universe is God. God is all. God is everything there is. God is good. And we are one with God. What else went on yesterday? Does BronxNet have its 4 programs 29 seconds un punto? Not a tenth of a second more or less. Isn't that a ridiculous requirement? And it demands so much time to get that just right. So that has to be done, Vicki. We do not get a hold of Grady Hearn, who's going to do Dropbox, which would be about the 3rd or 4th group of TV stations who receive the programs by computer rather than by DVD and the U.S. mail. we purchased 7 vegan hamburgers from Burger King. Number one, because we like to patronize them and move the habit forward. Glennie ate one. It was very well done. Very, very good. Very tasty. Would you like one? She called Pat and Richard. No, they were just sitting down to their supper. She called Madeline and Don. No, they didn't want one. So we put them in the freezer. We are in the process of a saintly regimen of eating. What do you think you will have today? Sauerkraut. A salad. A lettuce. And wishbone Italian dressing and soda crackers crunched up in it. How about stewed tomatoes? Yeah. Stewed prunes? No. No matter how young a prune may be, he's always getting stewed. A baby prune is like his dad, but he's not wrinkled quite so bad. So cleaning, let's continue with the cleaning and move on into the kitchen and go through all the kitchen cupboards and delete as sensibly as we can. The bathroom has been cleaned. The laundry is done. The floor has been scrubbed. Swab the deck. I noticed Victoria last Friday was looking at her calendar, perusing her calendar, and cogitating. And then she came over to Glendora and said, I will take you to the cataract doctor. I will drive you to the cataract doctor. And I thought that was great. So the next day I told Madeline, and Madeline says, what do you mean she's taking you to the cataract doctor? I'm taking you to the cataract doctor. Madeline wants to see the outcome after we went to the ophthalmologist who said we should go to the cataract doctor. And I think it's still true that if I make a pinhole and I look through that pinhole and shut out all the light but the pinhole, I can see. I can see. And I think that what happened with age is that your pupil loses its grip and it begins to open up a little. And it opens up too much and it lets too much light in. And you know what happens when you shine a flashlight and you can't see. Or when you turn on a light suddenly out of the darkness you can't see. And that's the reason that I can't see. Too much light is coming through that pupil. Don't you think that's reasonable? Shall I tell that to the cataract doctor? There's one commercial I forgot to make. And I'm sorry, but I will tell it to you. And here it is. 5, 4, 3, 2. Folks, I've been telling you for a long time that 92 and a half years old, no doctors and no medicine. And I went to the Albany Med and I stood before the doctor and I said, here I am with a record of 92 and a half years old, no doctors and no medicine, and I'm standing in front of you and my record is gone. You know what the doctor said? He said it's still a good record. Good for you, doctor. Jen Evans, West Hartford Public Access TV, still has not connected with Gary C. Black in Buffalo with her Dropbox. Willimantic, we don't know what they're going to do about a renewal. Let's call the Connecticut Public Service Department and see how often these renewals have to be taken care of. David King, I think, thinks it's 3 months, and I think it's every 6 months. So I think we should settle that. We still haven't found a sponsor for Norwalk, Connecticut, Fairfield County. Today we must gather up all of the programs on DVD for 21 TV stations and check the addresses, because tomorrow, the third Thursday of the odd-numbered month, is when they have to be posted U.S. mail. We will have to get together something like 40, maybe even 60 DVD for Kinderhook, who plays the program 2 hours, Monday through Friday, every week, if you get the videos to them in time. Brian McComb. Now, let's see if we can get these straight. The basketball coach said that his forward was so slow that if he got caught in the rain, he would rust. And the little girl said to the basketball star, "You smell good tonight. What do you have on?" And he said, "Clean socks." Thank you. And then now there was another one. What was that one about?
How much are 2 and 2?
No, well, teacher, how much are 2 and 2? Boy, 4. Teacher, good. Boy said to himself, that's perfect. It's better than good. All right, and what's the last one?
Referee stretcher.
Yes, it was during the halftime at the basketball game, and the referee looked up into the bleachers, and he saw a woman being carried out on a stretcher. And the referee said to the coach, "Heart attack?" And the coach says, "No, you called one right for a change, and she fainted." Okay, Wayne, thank you for the jokes, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. You have a good day now.